I'm Goldy Fuchs. I'm participating in paracycling T2 classification. My balance wasn't so good, so I can never balance on a two-wheel bike or what. And then the physios there put me on a three-wheel. And since then I participated for Western Province at the junior level, and then since 2010 overseas for senior. And then yeah, from there on, just every year from South Africa I go overseas and won a few medals. And it's 11 years now since competing overseas or on a high level, and I did my first Paralympics in 2016 at Rio.
The first time I met Goldy was actually, I think, back in 2010 at Stellenbosch University, and I was involved in testing all the paracyclists. And then in 2019, they approached me after actually one of the athletics coaches recommended me, and then I started coaching Goldy in 2019.
When I was 5 months old, I was in a car accident, so I sustained head injuries, and so it's like I'm a CP, cerebral palsy, so it affects my right arm and left leg. That's why my balance is not good. So yeah, tricycle is like suits me to ride on the road and compete internationally and stuff.
Goldy is a quite determined athlete, an enthusiastic athlete. So he is quite certain about the goals he wants to achieve, and also willing to work hard to achieve those goals.
There were like many occasions where he could have done things with friends or like peer pressure and like that, but he's got a very strong mind, so he always knows what he wants and he will stick to it. You know, he will not conform. If someone, say for instance, wants him to like have more drinks than what he allows himself, he will say no, you know, and yeah, I'm very proud of him. He does me proud, and I'm proud to be his mom.
It's very nice to cycle on the road and in the fresh air, and you see like overseas the different places. Because when I was junior, I did athletics, swimming and cycling. But when you have to decide, I decided cycling because it's more like adventurous or whatever you can say than in a swimming pool or on the athletics track. So yeah.
Yeah, we have a good relationship. Goldy and I can really communicate about what works for him, what not, and to try and find solutions and really just help him to achieve his goals.
No, I think she's a good nurturing. She understands the disability side, and yeah, if something doesn't work for me, I tell her, and then we try to fix it or adjust it, or she tells me what I must do to maybe better some aspects of my cycling on the road. So we listen and change and yeah, work together very good.
Okay, so Goldy, yeah, we're training for, he's competing in road events. So there's both the road race and the time trial. So the time trial is typically first, but that is a factored race, which means the T1 and T2 compete against each other, and also the men and women. So the focus is a little bit more on medaling on the road race as opposed to the time trial.
This will be my second Paralympic Games, so hopefully I want to like medal and yeah, medal and do good there. And yeah, so my goal is set to medal there, and because I know I can, and especially I got this bike end of 2019, so I think definitely I can win with this bike also, because it's like on par with the guys overseas. And yeah, so there's no, if the training goes all good, I think definitely medal is up there. Yeah.
Goldy is, like I say, very dedicated towards his training and sport. You know, so he's always got in mind the Paralympics for Tokyo later this year. We hope it will still realize with everything that's going on. But yeah, he's like still, you know, have his eye on the goal, and he would love to go overseas first, you know, before the Paralympics, to compete against the rest of the guys in the world, and to see where he fares first, you know, with a new tricycle. And then yeah, it's always good to compare yourself and then train accordingly. So yeah, his goals are like competing overseas, trying to win medals, and then ultimately Tokyo, if that would realize, you know. And also he always goes for the win, you know, and even if he doesn't win, he will always say, well, next time, you know, I'll try again next time, because he said if he doesn't train to win, he will never win, you know. So in his mind, he goes to a competition to win, and then if it doesn't happen, then the next time he will also go. It doesn't demoralize him, you know. He will just go every time in for the win. And yeah, so that's what his goal is for this year, if the overseas competitions will realize, and ultimately Tokyo Paralympics.
Goldy is in it to win it. A Paralympic medal would be well deserved for this amazing athlete. It's time for a quick ad break, but don't go anywhere. We're back after